2, 1. Hey, it's this yoga friends, IJY Connects. It's Colette here. And yes, we're here for another issue of IJY Connects Classroom. And first, I just want to send out a big thank you to you guys. We were supposed to do this class yesterday, and we had some technical difficulties. We're all learning, aren't we? Well, yeah, we had some problems, so we rescheduled it tonight. So I appreciate you guys logging in and being patient with us and worth coming back on. But let me tell you, it is going to be worth it. You're going to be really glad you did. Because tonight we're talking yin yoga. Now, a lot of you have probably heard about yin yoga. Yin yoga, the word is very buzz and very happening, but you probably don't truly know what it is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have an expert who's going to tell you everything you need to know about yin yoga. In particular, tonight, we're going to talk about how yin yoga can help you get a better night's sleep. So in saying that, a couple things I wanted to let you know in case you've missed some of our classes in the past, or we've had a few people DM me and say, hey, you know what? I just want to watch it again. I learned so much. You can get our classes in our Facebook group. It's Just Yoga Facebook group. If you go to the top of the page under guides, they'll list all the different classes from January, February, so you can see all the past classes that you might have missed or would like to rewatch. You can also go to ijyconnects.com. And under our monthly events, we have both the past events as well as our upcoming future events, both online and in-person events that we're doing. We're doing some small pop-up events in person. So that's ijyconnects.com. So as I see people, wow, we've got a lot of people logging on tonight. You guys did find us again. Thank you. We really appreciate that. So tonight we're going to be talking about yin yoga. And tonight we're going to be learning about what is yin yoga, some of the different type of poses you can do in yin yoga, how the breathing and meditation works with yin yoga. We're also going to be talking about some of the props you can use if you have different poses that are challenging for you or need a little assistance. And then finally, our guest speaker is going to leave you with a little sequence that you can do, a mini 15-minute sequence that you can do before you go to bed at night. So in saying that, I'm going to introduce our guest. Her name is Michele Benton. And send me out some hearts and loves and things like that. If you guys know Michele, if you've taken classes with her, go ahead and post in the comments and let us know that you're out there and that you know Michele. She is very well known in the Central Florida community. A little insider information, Michele and I met 15 years ago when we both first started yoga in a Lake Mary studio. We were both newbies, both in the corporate world. And since then, we have so fallen in love with yoga. She went and became a certified yoga instructor in so many different aspects. I can't tell you what she can teach in all her background. And then I've, of course, been doing the It's Just Yoga festivals and doing IJY Connects. So I love Michele. Matter of fact, I feel so strongly about what she does and what she knows and how she teaches. I just took a 30-hour teacher training with her all about yin yoga. And guys, I learned more even after practicing for 15 years, things I never knew, and what yoga was really doing for my body and for those people who practice. So in saying that, I'm going to welcome Michele Benton of Om Sunshine Yoga. And she has been waiting patiently in our green room. And I hear her laughing in the background. That's Michele, for those of you who know her. Hey, Michele, you should be coming up here. Where she is, beautiful. Hey, how are you? There you are. And we've got logging in. I see people saying hello. And
I'm so excited.
We've got someone here from Michigan. Oh my goodness. You got to love the internet that we can reach people all the way up in Michigan. She wants to come down and do your beach yoga.
Yes, she does. Miss Heidi does.
So with that being said, guys, I've done an introduction. This is Michele. She's going to take it from here. She can definitely handle this stage. So have a good class, and I will see you guys and be watching on the other side.
Thank you so much, Colette. And thank you all for coming back. Henry, Britt, Claudine, I appreciate it so much. So let's just get right into it, because we did lose some time yesterday. But I wanted to start, this is yin yoga for better sleep. And this was a subject that Colette asked me to talk about tonight. But I want to start from the very beginning, though, because maybe not everybody knows exactly what yin yoga is. And so yin yoga for better sleep sounds fantastic, but let's talk about what it really is. So the yin style of yoga, and I've been practicing it for a long time, but I've been teaching for almost 10 years. And it is the opposite of your power classes. It is the opposite of Hatha, Ashtanga. It is a passive style of yoga where you're going to be in poses for several minutes and probably propped up. All of the poses are either seated or lying down. There is one called dangling that I rarely teach where you stand, but it's very passive because it is for your connective tissues. And if you don't know what connective tissues are, there is not going to be a quiz after this. We're just going through an overview, but fascia, ligaments, and tendons. So you kind of have an idea what ligaments and tendons are. And fascia is a big thing that we're going to talk about. So Colette, if you don't mind putting up the picture from the back, the fascia on our backs, so that I can go over just a little bit of what fascia is. Fascia is what I like to call the stocking around the whole body. If you are a cook and you have ever peeled an onion, I'm going to make sure my laptop doesn't slide off here. If you've ever peeled an onion, that would be the thinnest layer. It's almost shiny that's holding the other layers together. In our bodies, we have fascia also, or we have connective tissue like that also. So the fascia will cover all of our body, the muscular system, the skeletal system. And in certain parts of our body, there's a thickening of this fascia. So when it gets congested, if we get tense, good example is when we wake up in the morning and we've been in a fetal position and everything is tight, we want to start to lengthen the fascia. And that starts to make space. It might even relieve some pain. So if you see this diagram of our back, there is a thickening of the fascia over the major parts of your spine. So the lumbar spine at the bottom, in the middle of the back would be the thoracic spine. Again, there's not a quiz, so don't worry about that. And then the cervical spine up by the neck. And all of that fascia gets super tight. Several reasons. Number one, we sit like this, right? We sit like this, whether we're at a computer, we're driving, we hold our tension in our shoulders, we hold our tension in our hips. And there might be overwork from working out, the job you do, the way you stand, the way you move. There might also be lack of use. Hi, Deborah. There might be a lack of use also that can cause some of this tension and congestion. One of the things that anybody who runs or cycles has heard of is your IT band. So if you don't mind switching slides, Colette. The IT band is on your leg, and it goes, because we talk a lot about hips in yin yoga, it goes from your hip down to your knee on both legs, on the outer part of the leg. And that is a thickening of the fascia. I think a lot of people get misunderstood or misunderstand and think that it is a muscle. It is not a muscle. The IT band, which tends to get very tight or very overused, can cause some knee pain and some hip pain. So what we want to do in yin yoga is lengthen that connective tissue, not just the fascia, but the ligaments, the tendons. And how we do that is in a very different way than you would work your muscles, than you would move your muscles. Muscles can move fast, you can stretch them fast. All of this connective tissue, think taffy. Those of us from Michigan, we grew up going up north and eating taffy. And when you stretch taffy, you have to do it in a slow and sustained way to get some length on there, right? That is how our connective tissues work. And so that is why, and I'm laughing at this laptop, it's gonna go in a minute. There. So that is why we stay in poses for several minutes. So yin yoga, you're gonna be in poses for several minutes. We're trying to lengthen the connective tissue to make space. And we're also trying to keep our mind quiet during this time because we as Americans are not wired to sit still for 4 or 5 minutes in one pose. We are wired to move, to go, to multitask. So we bring in a lot of breath work and meditation so that you can sit still for a bit. So that's the physical aspect of what yin yoga is, right? And I'm going to try and look through these questions as they pop up. I don't see anything that needs to be addressed right now, but hi, Henry. Thank you for always joining. You're always a good participant. So that is the what. Now, why? Why yin yoga will help with better sleep. The emotional and energetic part of being in a yin yoga practice is that we start to tap into our parasympathetic nervous system. So we walk around as Americans, our culture, we walk around in sympathetic nervous system most of the time. It's the way we're wired. It's the way that we are on electronics all the time, as this laptop is sliding forward again. It is just how we operate. We have to multitask or we're not successful, right? So sympathetic nervous system is fight, flight, or freeze. And that's what we're constantly in. It is not healthy for us to be in sympathetic nervous system all of the time. But this is how our culture is now. Parasympathetic nervous system, rest and digest. And Colette, if you don't mind putting up that slide now. So this is all part of our autonomous nervous system. And, you know, again, this is not a quiz. This is not a training. You don't have to know exactly what I'm talking about when we're done. But if you get an idea of how the autonomous nervous system works, and I'm going to read something to you in a moment, you can understand that being in fight or flight all the time is not healthy for us. And to get into parasympathetic nervous system is going to take some time. It's going to take some physical practice. It's going to take some meditation. It's going to take some breath work. But once you're there and you're in this rest and digest, get it? Rest and digest. Then you can take a deep breath, right? You can maybe have a little Zen attitude about whatever happened during your day, whether it was school, whether it was work, the drive home. Those of us who live in Central Florida, if you have to drive home on I-4, you probably arrive home pretty wound up. Yeah. So then trying to get to sleep at night when you're still on that high, then, you know, it's maybe you get to sleep hard, but then you wake up in the middle of the night and you're up for a couple of hours, right? So I'm going to read to you about the autonomous nervous system. And I believe this came from a lady named Brooke Kelly. Brooke Kelly wrote this. Within the nervous system is the autonomic nervous system, which then contains the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems. These two systems are involuntary. Remember that, involuntary, meaning our body does not have control over what it is performing. Sympathetic is known as fight or flight. Parasympathetic is known as rest and digest. Even though they are different, they still work hand in hand. So sympathetic nervous system is what caveman days. We were supposed to have this so that we knew that we were in danger and we could be alert. And then the rest of the day, the rest of the night, whatever it was, then we're walking around and our bodies are functioning properly and we sleep well and we eat, we digest well. Well, the problem with the way we operate now is that we are constantly on point, right? We are constantly ready to go. So the parasympathetic division focuses on influencing our response to the situation so our body can ease back into its usual ways. So that is more of the emotional and energetic response that comes from the physical practice of yin yoga. And why I started talking about yin yoga for better sleep was because a friend of mine, Janine, during the lockdown last year, we all had to come up with different projects or move our businesses online, right? Because yoga studios weren't open. So many other health and wellness facilities weren't open. And my friend Janine wrote an ebook and she did a whole package, Better Sleep Through Natural Practices. So while she was doing that, she called me and she said, hey, do you mind doing a video or a little section about yoga helping sleep? And I said, I'd love to. Now, she is my friend, but she'd never taken my class. And so I said, I actually have the perfect thing. And I explained yin yoga to her. And she was like, yeah, that's exactly what we need. So I created a video that she then added to this package. And I've done a couple other videos for her that we're going to talk about in a bit. But that's where this whole yin yoga for better sleep came from. So that's the why. So we're talking about the what is yin yoga? Why for better sleep? Well, why would we do this for better sleep? Parasympathetic nervous system, but also meditation. Anybody who has practiced meditation knows that it's there to calm your mind. Meditation is the cessation of thoughts so that your mind can calm, right? So that you can tune out all of the outside noise, and we have a lot of outside noise. And then we add breath work into that. So I do a simple thing, and you can practice this at home while I'm talking, is a 3-part breath. And it's so simple that it's just counting. A count of 5 for an inhale. You pause for 5 and then exhale for 5. And it's a really simple form of breath work that also is a meditation. So when we start to weave all of this stuff together, the physical practice of these poses that I'm going to talk about, and then meditation and breath work, and then we're trying to tap into parasympathetic nervous system. And you do all of this after your day is done, and when you're ready to settle down for the evening, maybe, hopefully, with practice, you start to sleep better. And this is coming from somebody who, if those of you who don't know me very well, I will tell you, I came from the corporate world. Colette mentioned that. We came from the corporate world, and I had a job that was 6 days a week. I tried to take a 7th day off, but it was high pressure. It was a lot of go, go, go. It was a lot of juggling things, like spinning plates, right? We were spinning plates and jumping through fiery hoops at the same time. And I was actually on medicine to sleep because I had insomnia so bad, because I'd wake up in the middle of the night and I'd go through my checklist of what I forgot to do for the day or what I needed to do for the next day. And so my general practitioner gave me pills to help me sleep. And then I found out that a lot of people in my industry were taking even stronger stuff. I had something that was pretty mild. People taking Ambien and things like that. When I started yoga, I started getting off of that. When I started practicing yin yoga, meditation, and breath work, I was able to never get that prescription again. I don't have to take melatonin. I don't have to take, do I sleep perfect every night? Not necessarily, but I don't have those 4, 5, 6 hours of being wide awake and worrying and trying to think about things that I can't control in the middle of the night. So I just lost my light. So I don't know if, I think it's about the same. So we're good. You know, it needed to take a rest because it was tired and it did yin yoga. Sorry, bad joke. So now we're going to talk about the types of poses. Types of poses, like I said before, they are all seated or lying down and held for 5 minutes. But there's 10 basic poses, really. 5 for the spine and then 5 for the hips. And then I've added on a few other things throughout the years. Ultimately, a yin yoga pose could be any pose that you don't have to hold with muscular engagement. Because in your poses, you're trying to reduce muscle engagement and muscle tension. And so that's why you don't necessarily want to be standing for these. So in the videos that I'm going to give you the link to, the couple of basic poses in the mini video would be 2 twists and I believe a reclined butterfly or a supported bridge, because I did a couple of videos. And it was that simple, 15 minutes of 2 spine poses and a pose for hips will help you start to wind down enough that you can get into that parasympathetic nervous state. When you're ready to start your practice, and you don't have to know all the poses, you can watch all my YouTube videos, you can, DM me and ask me for poses that will work for your body. But when you're ready, after your day is done, when you're ready to do your yin yoga practice, you want to go ahead and grab a couple props. You don't have to have these, but here's your block I really like the block though, and the blocks are cheap. You can get them at Marshall's, folks. You can get them at Walmart. You can get them on Amazon. A 4-inch block. You could use just this block for an hour and 15-minute practice. I like these blankets also. I'm starting to freeze up a little bit. Okay. We're not going to have a repeat of last night, hopefully. So here's our blankets. Again, Amazon, Dollar General sometimes. And those can be made into props. And you don't have to know what to use them for tonight. Just watch the video and I explain it all in the videos. However, hold on 1 second. This is sliding again. So a blanket, a block, dim your lights. It kind of looks like I have dim lights now because it's, on camera, but dim your lights, take all that bright light out of your eyes and maybe put on some soft music in the background. And thank you, Kathy, about the lights on my fireplace. I love those. So dim the lights, find a comfortable spot in your house, just like you would for your meditation practice. Find a comfortable spot in your house where you don't have distractions. And am I kind of pausing on that because it looks like I am here? Okay, not sure what's happening here. So I'll start to wrap it up a little bit because it looks like we're having maybe some internet issues. Relaxing music, change the lighting, have your props. And then we're going to add links in on the comments here where you can watch these videos. There's a mini one that's 15 minutes. And then there's a longer one that's about 35 minutes. So Colette, do you mind putting up the video? We're not going to play the video, but I just wanted you to see what it looks like. And all of these are on the YouTube channel. You can go to the YouTube channel and watch anything that you want. We have them for legs, hip openers, one for the morning. Or maybe Colette didn't hear me. Hello, Colette. If you could put that video up, that'd be awesome. 1 second, she says. In other words, she's saying, Michelle, would you calm the heck down? So in the meantime, any questions on sleep, you can put in the comments on, yin yoga for better sleep. Please feel free to ask me. If you are interested in doing something in person, we're still at that stage of coming out of this pandemic, fingers crossed, hopefully. And we're at that stage that a lot of people are comfortable being in person for a workshop. But if you are, I'm going to be doing a workshop for hips, yin yoga for hips, on March 6th in Edgewater. And I can get that information to you on the page. Also teachers, if you're interested in the teacher training, there is a 30-hour teacher training at the end of April at All Yoga in New Smyrna Beach. And that is going to be in 2 parts. The first 15 hours is going to be for basics. You don't have to be a teacher if you want to take that section. You just have to, it's just for deepening your practice. And then the second 15 would be more about sequencing and alternate poses and things like that, and languaging. So here's the 15-minute yin yoga class for better sleep that's on the YouTube channel. It's 15 minutes out of your whole day, right? 15 minutes out of your whole day, as opposed to being up for 3 hours in the middle of the night. So Jeanette, oh, Miss Jeanette, I'm so glad you're here. Do all poses result in the same outcome for every student? Not necessarily. Ultimately, the goal is, though, a release. And we try and help you modify for injuries and any kind of limitations that you might have. But ultimately, Jeanette, what we're trying to get to is a release. And if you hold one of these poses, and I think you've done some of the YouTube classes already, if you hold one of these poses for long enough and you do get that release, there is no other way to explain it. You just know it. You feel it. You feel the you feel the letting go. Sometimes you even hear popping and cracking. That's called defixation. If any of my former teacher trainees want to write on the comments what defixation is, that is one of our tests in Yin Yoga teacher training. But the ultimate goal is the release. It's the opening. It's the space. Now, and I think Colette just put up a question about how it feels after holding the pose. Sometimes it doesn't feel so good for about 60 seconds. So you might feel aching, tingling, heat, things like that. Those sensations go away very quickly. You breathe through them. Because a lot of these poses might end up uncomfortable for a brief period of time, since you've been doing this, right, all day. You've been doing this all day. So for you to open up might be a little uncomfortable at first, but that will go away very quickly. Yeah, and we work through that in what's called a rebound pose. Alignment, Jeanette, is not important. And that's a really great question, because alignment is important in Hatha, Ashtanga, your Vinyasa practices. In Yin Yoga, it's not about the way you look. It's about finding the target area. And that's why we use our props. We use our props to bring the floor up to us. Let's say you are not as flexible in your hips. That didn't come out very well. Let's say you are not as flexible in your hips as somebody else that you know. You use these props, you use the block to bring the floor up to you so that you can relax more. You're not holding the muscular engagement to keep the legs up. Ideas for brain churn. That's your meditation, Nancy. So you have done Yin Yoga before and your mind was wandering, and I get that. That's where your meditation comes in. And I try and give you, in my one-on-one classes in person, I should say, my public classes, I try and give you a lot of different ideas for meditation. So meditation is just focus. Meditation is focus so that you can clear your mind of all of the outside noise. On the videos, I limit that a little bit more. I don't want to be as talky on the videos as I am in a public class. But Nancy, I'm more than happy to send you I'll DM you what I call my 5-step process on meditation for folks who don't meditate. And I wrote it for myself because I had a hard time with a meditation practice. So I came up with, I can't really use it because I think there's legal things, but meditation for dummies, and I'm the dummy. This is not talking about anybody else. I'm the dummy. So it's a 5-step process for being able to get the monkey mind or the brain churn and set it aside. Totally relax, press pause and surrender and release. Yes, we all need this, right, Suzanne? Yes. So meditation for dummies, Nancy, you and me, girl, we're going to do that. It's 5 steps, and it's basically find your space, just like you would do with your Yin Yoga practice. Find your space, make it so it's very comfortable and it's very quiet and there's no distractions. You find your focus, you do your breath work, you find a comfortable seat, and you do your best to limit the outside noise. You do your best to limit the outside noise. And that means sometimes you have to notice what it is that's distracting you. Even if you have to write it down and come back to it later, whatever it is that's pulling your attention away definitely needs to be dealt with, but the rest of it is just noise. It's just noise. Yep. So I'm kind of flipping through these questions. Britt, did I miss anything? Okay. All righty. So for now, let's see. Yeah, that's just about me. I can talk for 30 minutes straight without taking a breath. Is anybody impressed by that? Why is it so important to work on your connective tissues? So your connective tissues, like I said, the stocking that holds everything together, if it is tight and you're tight, then there's going to be pain. There is going to be discomfort. I'm more worried about the pain than the discomfort. So you're walking around like this all day and you want to start to open up, open up, open up. And then the muscular pain might go away. You'll start to hear pops and cracks even in your spine because your spine comes into alignment. So the word alignment we used earlier, alignment in yoga means this is the way I'm supposed to look. This is where my feet are supposed to be. This is where my arms are supposed to be. And now I'm in alignment. When I say alignment after yin yoga, that's more of the natural alignment of your spine and your hips. And that's where those pops and cracks come from when you've made space and the natural alignment starts to happen. Anita, with an injury, that's definitely something, when I train teachers, I talk about this a lot. First of all, we're not doctors. Some of you may be, I'm not. So what I like to do is ask if there's an injury, what was your doctor's diagnosis? Did you go to physical therapy? What exercises did your physical therapist do with you? And usually with the exercises that any physical therapist has given somebody for an injury, I can find a yin yoga pose or 2 or 3 that's along the same lines, and we can put a sequence together for you. The music with Debbie, the music with yin yoga, because she was just saying that she likes music with her yin. I do too. And so even before you do the YouTube video, I suggest you put, whether it's Spotify, Pandora, whatever, I suggest you put some light ambient music with no words on in the background. And that way there's something about that ambient music, and I talk about it in a chakra class, but it helps balance chakras. Each one of these frequencies that you'll hear in ambient music helps to balance chakras. And so there's something that it does with the brain waves that helps them calm down. Oh, I think snoring. Henry, is that what you're asking? Snoring. I can't make any promises on that helping snoring. That probably is more along the lines of sinus issues or something like that, or red wine. Just from my own experience, red wine causes me to snore. And yes, Jeanette, you can practice yin yoga every day. I highly encourage it. When I wake up in the morning, I do bed yin. I do bed yin. So when I wake up in the morning, because I have been sleeping like this, I try and do at least 3 poses. And usually they're the 3 poses that are the same that help you go to sleep. 2 twists and a reclined butterfly. 2 twists, so knees one way, hips the other way, and then the opposite for your spine, and then the reclined butterfly with the knees wide for your hips. And that helps me at least get moving for the day. Yep. These are really great questions. And I love the fact that I also have a reunion going on in here. So Wendy's on, Britton's on. I have a lot of my paddle boarders on here. So is it a nice reunion over there? Yeah. I got Britton over on the couch helping me. Well, if anybody else doesn't have any questions, I'll just wrap it up with a couple of comments, couple of directions. And first of all, there's that yin yoga workshop for hips. If you want to get deeper into this practice, we will put the link on there so that you can sign up. It is limited because of the space. It's a beautiful space in Edgewater, Florida, that is getting decorated this week as we speak. Because of that, though, we're probably only going to have 10 people in this workshop so that we have the space. We have our 6-foot distancing. If anybody wants me to do a workshop online, again, I haven't done one in a few months, but I did a lot of them during our quarantine. So let me know. We can do something online if you're still more comfortable being at home. But in a workshop situation, you get to ask me personal questions right up front. When we're in the middle of a pose, you can stop me and say, hey, this doesn't feel right, or where is this? Does this leg look right? Or where should I put this prop? So that's what's really great about a workshop. Public classes, I do public classes in New Smyrna Beach, and I have them on the YouTube channel. I have the beach yoga class. If you've never done yin yoga on the beach, you got to get up early because it's 7:30 in the morning on Saturdays. It is a donation-based class, but you get to listen to the ocean. There's your meditation. You don't even need music, y'all. And listen to the ocean, see the ocean. It's just a 1-hour class, but man, what a great way to start your weekend, right? And then, of course, anybody, any of our teachers, or even if you're not a teacher and you just really want to go deeper in your yoga practice, ask me about the yin yoga teacher training at the end of April. And I would love to talk to y'all again about, as a matter of fact, if Colette wants to do the 5 steps to meditation on here one time, that would be awesome. And Jeanette, is it best to close your eyes and bring to mind stillness? That is a really great question, because for you, if you are more comfortable with your eyes closed, I say absolutely. A lot of people, I close my eyes. I also close my eyes in hatha and in vinyasa practices too. It helps keep me focused and centered. Not everybody is comfortable with their eyes closed. So if you are that person that isn't comfortable in a room with your eyes closed, especially if there are other people in the room, then that's okay. Just find a focus point, one focus point in front of you where you can keep your eyes still. And so 15 minutes, oh, Miss Connie, my other mom's here, Connie. So 15-minute meditation plus 15-minute yin yoga for sleep equals, I would say yes.
Not sure what. Oh, hi.
Colette. Yes, 15 minutes of yin yoga and 15 minutes of meditation every night will turn this stuff off. Turn these off, because not only the blue light on the phone and the TV, but also just the distraction, the noise of it. You really need to turn that off 30 minutes before you go to bed. They say that anyway. Doctors say that. It's not just me. 15 minutes of yin, 15 minutes of meditation. And yes, you probably will get better sleep and a more solid sleep. And Miss Debbie, New Smyrna Beach, and I will give you the beach yoga page also. So we do donation-based classes. I do 2 every Saturday on New Smyrna Beach, about midway, if anybody's familiar with the area, couple blocks past the Catholic Church on A1A. We're right on the beach. It's free parking. You show up with one of your blankets and a block, and that's all you need for that 7:30 a.m. class. It's a little bit of gentle and a lot of yin yoga. Yeah. And now I think we can bring Colette back on if we don't have any feedback. Wendy says time for wine.
I'm trying here. I just all that energy I put out, it's making a double. I'm gonna hang up and let you just close out the class.
I love you.
I'm bringing.
All right, I'm going to sign off for Colette. You guys are amazing. Please keep asking questions, because this live cast has been recorded, so I can always go back and read through the comments again for anybody who's watching it later. And if anybody's interested in any of those things that I was talking about, the YouTube channel is going to be posted, so you can watch videos at home. The yin yoga workshop for hips will be posted. The yin yoga teacher training will be posted. And then we'll definitely talk about the 5 steps for meditation. And Jeanette, will our connective tissue strengthen? Yes, ma'am. It will become more flexible and strong. Heidi, Stay warm up in Michigan. You guys are all amazing. Thank you so much. I'm going to sign off for Colette. We bring the fun to yin yoga. Thanks, Jim. Thanks, Miss Suzanne. I'm just going to keep staring at everybody until she... Thank you, Anita. Okay. Colette says thank you in the comments. Bye, you guys.